On December 20th, 1995, an American Airlines flight crashed into an area of mountainous terrain on approach to Cali, Colombia. Just a brief look at the wreckage will tell you that it was indeed fatal. Just 4 of the 163 passengers and crew survived. But what was not so obvious was how an experienced crew, operating into an airport they'd flown into several times before, managed to get it so wrong. The weather was fine, and there was no evidence for malfunctions of the airplane. An extensive investigation would ensue, and by examining the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, a number of troubling errors and poor decisions were uncovered that led to the crash of American 965, a crash which in this video, we will examine in detail. We pick up the narrative of American Flight 965 in the cruise. It's flying at flight level 370, 37,000 feet, 261 nautical miles north of its destination, Cali's Alfonso Bonilla Aragon International Airport. The aircraft is a 4-year-old Boeing 757-200, a long, narrow-bodied jet, which is capable of making long routes with fairly small passenger loads profitable. The Boeing 757 type and the aircraft itself are fairly new. Currently, the pilots are in contact with Bogota Center and are beginning to prepare for their descent and landing into Cali. They'll pick up the weather from their ACARS system via American Airlines System Operations Control and will shortly request clearance from Air Traffic Control to descend. Flying into airports in South America is a unique challenge for pilots at American Airlines. The airports contain threats which differ considerably from the environment they're used to, such as mountains close to runways, high airport elevations, and language barrier difficulties with air traffic control. In order to mitigate such threats, American provides information packs and training aids for pilots operating into these perilous airports, allowing them to be fully aware of what's required. On Flight 965, the pilots are 57-year-old Captain Nicholas Tafuri and 39-year-old First Officer Donnie Williams. The captain especially is experienced with South American operations. He's flown into Cali 13 times without incident. Both flight crew are former Air Force pilots, with the First Officer awarded Air Force Instructor of the Year back in 1985. He has never flown into Cali before. Taking a look inside the cockpit of the Boeing 757, there's no better example of its cutting-edge technology than the Flight Management System, or FMS. Known as the brain of the aircraft, it displays and controls the navigation and systems, with pilot inputs made through the Control Display Unit, or CDU. It then graphically displays the flight path on the Electronic Horizontal Situation Indicator, providing pilots with more tools than ever to aid situational awareness. American 965 is about 10 minutes away from its top of descent point, and so far in the flight, there have been few pertinent events, although it did depart Miami late, with a 34-minute delay waiting for connecting passengers, and a further ground delay of an hour and 21 minutes. After finally lifting off at 18:35 local time, it was routed through Cuban, Jamaican, and now Colombian airspace. It's currently tracking to Tulua VOR, a very high frequency, omnidirectional range located 34 miles to the north of Cali, where the weather is currently fine, with visibility reported as greater than 10 kilometers and a layer of scattered cloud. At 21:26, the crew requests clearance to descend.
Well, let's see. We've got 136 miles to the VOR and 32,000 feet to lose, and slow down to boot, so we might as well get started.
All right, sir. And if you'd keep the speed up in the descent, it would help us too, okay?
Okay.
Bogota, American 965, request descent.
American 965, descend and maintain flight level 240. Report reaching.
Okay, we're leaving. 370, descend and maintain 240. Thank you, ma'am. American 965.
That's correct.
24 set.
The pilots commence their descent. The captain makes his final PA to the passengers, and 965 will shortly be directed to contact Cali's approach frequency.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Tafuri. We have begun our descent for landing in Cali. It's a lovely evening, as we had expected. We'll pass a shower or two on the way, but at the field right now, it's good visibility, temperature of 23 Celsius. I apologize for being late tonight. These things do happen sometimes. I appreciate your patience in the matter, and I'd like to wish everyone a very, very happy holiday and a healthy and prosperous 1996. Thank you for coming with us.
This 3 Greens video is brought to you in part by Surfshark VPN. You probably know that on the modern day internet, almost every website loves to track you and your data, especially when they use it to their advantage, such as airlines increasing prices for flights you're interested in, or ads targeting you for a product you may have only searched for once. This is where Surfshark VPN can help. By generating a virtual private network, the VPN can hide your IP address and encrypt your data. What's more, through watching this very video, you can access Surfshark VPN not only at 83% off, but with an extra 3 months for free. Simply click on the link in the description and enter the promo code 3Greens.
Alright, I'm back.
I may have to slow down if it gets too rough here.
Sure. And American 965, request lower.
American 965, descend to flight level 200. Report leaving 240.
We're leaving 240 now and descending to 200.
It's set.
Call Cali frequency 119.1. Buenos noches.
119.1. Feliz Navidad, señorita. Cali approach, American 965.
American 965, good evening, go ahead.
Buenas noches, senor. American 965, leaving 230, descending to 200. Go ahead, sir. DME is 63.
Roger, clear to Cali VOR, descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Altimeter 3002. 15. No delay expect for approach. Report Tulua VOR.
Okay, understood. Cleared. Direct to Cali VOR. Report Tulua and altitude 15. That's 15,3002. Is that all correct, sir?
Affirmative.
Thank you.
There's been a lot of information communicated in just a few radio calls, so let's review what just occurred. American 965 was transferred onto the approach frequency, which will direct them towards the airport. The controller has cleared them all the way to Cali VOR, which 965 will be tracking via for a landing on runway 01. The controller gave this clearance, assuming that they will continue via Tulua VOR. He's also given them a descent to 5,000 feet, and requested that they report when passing Tulua. However, whether it's due to the language barrier, lack of familiarity, or confusion with the automation, the captain codes the flight management system to fly from their current position direct to Cali, bypassing Tulua altogether and deleting it off the horizontal situation indicator. This is a minor error in the grand scheme of things, but as we'll see later, it will have a significant impact, kicking off the accident sequence of American 965.
I put direct Cali for you there.
Okay, thank you. 250 below 10 here?
Yeah.
The first officer's inexperience with Colombian operations is on display here, asking a fairly simple question regarding the airspace procedures, which stipulate a 250 knot speed limit below 10,000 feet. This lack of awareness will have a further impact as the accident sequence continues, as he leans on the captain for directions, resulting in a reduced situational awareness for both crew members.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing, thank you. I sat them down.
965, Cali.
965, go ahead, please.
Sir, the wind is calm. Are you able to approach runway 19?
Would you like to shoot 19 straight in?
Yeah, we'll have to scramble to get down. We can do it.
Yes, sir. We'll need a lower altitude right away, though.
Roger. American 965 is cleared to VOR, DMA approach, runway 19. Rozo number 1 arrival. Report Tulua VOR.
Cleared the VOR DME to 19. Rozo 1 arrival. Will report the VOR. Thank you, sir.
Report Tulua VOR.
Report Tulua.
Before we dive into the crew's next actions, let's first take a look at what this new clearance entails. With the wind at the airport calm, air traffic control has offered the pilots a straight-in approach to runway 19, rather than having to fly around to the opposite, 01. They were then cleared for the VOR approach via the Rozo 1 arrival. The approach requires the plane to fly over specific waypoints. Looking at the chart, the initial fix is the Tulua VOR, followed by a course to the Rozo NDB, a beacon on short final for runway 19. The approach to 19 will save time, advantageous to 965, which is already very late. However, it's going to require the crew to change charts, reconfigure the flight management system, and commence a steep descent, with the number of track miles to run now reduced. All these factors are going to result in an extremely high workload for the pilots, as they descend into the mountainous areas surrounding Cali. They extend the speed brakes to aid in the steep descent required to get down to the runway.
I gotta give you Tulua first of all. You wanna go right to Cali? Tulua?
I thought he said the Rozo 1 arrival.
Yeah, he did. Do we have time to pull that out? And Tulua 1. Rozo, there it is. Yeah, see? That comes off Tulua.
Okay.
Can American Airlines, 965, go direct to Rozo, and then do the Rozo arrival, sir?
Affirmative. Take the Rozo 1 arrival and runway 19. The wind is calm.
All right, Rozo, the Rozo 1 to 19. Thank you, American 965.
The captain's request to fly direct to Rozo makes little sense, as it's not the initial fix for the instrument approach, rather a beacon just 3 miles from the end of the runway. The crew could abandon runway 19 and stick with their plan to land on 01, but they're either not accurately considering how much time they have, or are reluctant to alter their decision to accept the new approach. Regardless, with Tulua not displayed to the pilots, and the plane instead still tracking for Cali, they're not aware that they're about to pass the initial approach fix.
So we're cleared down to 5 now?
That's right. And off to Rozo, which I'll tune in here.
Okay.
Off ULQ, so let me put ULQ in here, 17.7, because I want to be on the raw data with you.
American 965, distance now?
What do you want, sir?
Distance DME.
Okay, the distance from Cali is 38.
The captain has commanded the flight management system to fly to the Rozo waypoint, but instead of Rozo, he's incorrectly selected Waypoint Romeo, the identifier for a beacon 132 miles to the northeast of Cali. It's resulted in the plane commencing a left turn, to the east of the approach.
Where are we? We're going to...
Let's go right to Tulua, first of all, okay?
Yeah, where are we headed?
17.7 ULQ, I don't know what's this ULQ. What happened here?
Confusion is taking over the cockpit. The pilots aren't aware that they've already passed ULQ, Tulua VOR, but even more critically, with their brains solely occupied with the navigation issue, they're also unaware of their continued descent towards mountainous terrain.
It's on your map. Should be.
Yeah, it's a left turn.
Yeah, I gotta identify that shit, though. Okay, I'm getting it. 17.7. Just doesn't look right on mine. I don't know why.
Left turn, so you want a left turn back around to ULQ.
Nah, hell no. Let's press on to
Well, we're... Press on to where, though?
Tulua.
That's not right.
Where are we going? Come to the right. Let's go to Cali first of all. We got stuffed up here, didn't we?
Yeah.
The crew now realise that they're between Tulua and Cali, but they've now been flying directly east of the approach course for more than 2 minutes.
An American, 38 miles north of Cali, and you want us to go to Tulua, and then to Rozo, to the runway, right? To runway 19.
Yes, you can land runway 19. You can use runway 19. What is your altitude and DME from Cali?
Okay, we're 37 DME at 10,000 feet.
Roger.
You're okay. You're in good shape now. It's that Tulua I'm not getting for some reason. See, I can't get... Okay, now. No. Tulua's fucked up.
Okay, yeah.
But I can put it in the box if you want it.
I don't want Tulua. Let's just go to the extended center line of,
Which is Rozo.
Rozo.
Why don't you just go direct to Rozo then, all right?
Okay, let's...
I'm going to put that over to you.
The first officer manually turns back towards Rozo, and the approach course for runway 19, but with the pilots below their minimum safe altitude, and without a chart which graphically references terrain, they're not aware that they're now below the tops of the surrounding mountains, and critically, they also don't remember that their speed brakes are still deployed.
Get some altimeters. We're out of, 10 now.
All right.
965, altitude?
965, 9,000 feet.
Roger, distance now?
Oh, shit. Pull up, baby.
Pull up.
It's okay.
Pull up.
Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. Up, baby. More.
Okay.
Pull up.
Up,
Pull
up, up.
Pull.
American 965 slams into the mountains to the north of Cali at 21:41 local time. The GPWS gave the pilots warning of the approaching terrain, but with the speed brakes deployed and such a steep climb required, the plane ran out of airspeed before it could outclimb the mountain. 159 of the 163 occupants pass away. The accident investigation was performed by Colombia's Special Administrative Unit of Civil Aeronautics, with assistance from the NTSB. The probable cause and contributing factors led to numerous recommendations being made in order to improve overall safety in the aviation field. In all, there were 21 recommendations, so let's look at some which directly relate to the accident sequence we just witnessed. At the beginning of the sequence, we saw the captain incorrectly set the plane to take up a direct course to the Cali VOR. By doing this, he deleted the Tulua waypoint from the FMS altogether, resulting in a reduced situational awareness of the crew. Therefore, it was recommended that manufacturers of FMS-equipped aircraft find a way to retain fixes between a plane's current position and the one it's proceeding towards. Some, but not all aviation charts provide graphic portrayals of terrain surrounding the airport and its approach. The unit believed that if the approach charts for Cali contained graphic terrain information, the pilots may have realised the seriousness of flying off course. Thus a recommendation was made to portray the presence of terrain on all approach and navigation charts. The plane flew off course when the crew programmed the FMS to fly direct to waypoint R. R for Romeo was the identifier for Rozo on the approach chart, but in the FMS, Rozo was instead listed as simply Rozo. Executing a course to waypoint R pointed the plane to a distant NDB near the city of Bogota, resulting in a critical turn towards mountainous terrain. To reduce potential for this serious level of confusion again, advice was made for pilots of FMS-equipped aircraft be informed of this potential threat. Two more recommendations involved the speed brakes, and whether they could be automatically stowed in the case of a go-around or terrain escape maneuver, while just one was in relation to radio communications. The pilots and air traffic controllers strictly adhere to ICAO standard phraseology and terminology. It was clear that throughout the accident sequence, the controller was confused regarding 965's position and intentions. There's much more that could be said about the story of American 965. It's one of the more interesting accidents to look at both from a technical point of view as well as a psychological. For more information, I do recommend Green Dot Aviation's recent video on the accident, where he dives into many of the psychological phenomena surrounding the disaster. A disaster which shows how the "what's it doing now" philosophy when it comes to automation in aviation can be deadly.